a hectic moment. I was here struggling to finish my work. And there's one lesson I learned. You see there's this thing about life. You have to take everything slow and steady, nice and slow. Okay. So yesterday during my life, I talked about how overwhelming it can be when you have a deadline to meet and you're not able to meet the deadline and you begin to have panic attacks and anxiety. That was my story yesterday, and even the previous day. At some point, I began to have headache here, and I just could associate that headache with stress. There's no other thing that could have uh, brought about that headache. I was because the weather actually was very cold yesterday, so I don't know why I should have headache. So I decided that you know what, there's really no need to continue with this. And funny enough, I didn't have PCM at home. I didn't have paracetamol to take to relieve me of the headache. So I decided to just close my laptop and then go to bed. And then as early as as you can see, I'm back to my work. In fact, this morning with a different activity together. And that's why I don't like rainy season. You open the windows and when you're perceiving from outside coming in, it's just all right. I don't want to say that. So I was saying that the reason, so I had to just put up my system, close my books, and then go to bed. And sincerely speaking, just a minute. Sincerely speaking, that worked for me because I was having headache. I was feeling really feverish. My head was hot last night because I had a lot of deadlines to meet. I was called from work urgently that there was something I needed to do that I did not do. So I needed to submit it last night or this morning. So I said to myself, I have this work open in front of me, two systems open in front of me. Look at this. I'm working on the corrections of my project. And there's another copy here. And there's a minute book that I'm supposed to respond to. It took minutes on Sunday, and I was supposed to get back latest Tuesday or Monday, and this is already Thursday. And I was like, you know what, I'm overwhelmed, and I began to have panic attacks and anxiety, started feeling nervous and all of that. So I don't know if it happens to any other person or it's just me. I don't know. Does it happen to any other person? Please, if you are like, please just give a thumbs up or send your favorite emoji. Let me see you. For some reason, I can't see the names until you comment. Please just send a hi or thumbs up. Thank you for joining. I can see 12 people. That's a lot. Please, can you send me a thumbs up or an emoji to signify that you are on the chat, please? Thank you. Thank you for joining my live this morning. So I'm just talking about the same thing I was talking, the result of what I did yesterday night. If you were live with me, I think around 10 to between 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. I was here. I was almost sleeping on this live because I had a lot of deadlines. Look at my system. I have the system here with me. I'm using the other system to wage this phone here. And I became really overwhelmed. I was like, where do I even start from? And then I started having this headache here. I'm not a doctor, but I think this is associated with stress. I can't say, but that's what I felt. Here became very hot. And I was like, you know what? Instead of me crying, that was when I even remembered that I have this anti-blue lens glasses that I need to use because reflection from my phone and from the system was making it worse. And I think when I used glasses yesterday, it was a bit minimal, and I felt better. So I thought to myself, okay, why not sleep? This morning you wake up, and there's something I've discovered about myself. I function very well early hours of the morning. Sometimes I have a task to do and I just pick up my phone, pick up my laptop, put everything on the bed. And once I do that, I know that, Michelle, you're deceiving yourself. You're sitting on the bed to do your work. Before you know it, waist pain, back ache, chest pain, discomfort. Because sitting on the bed is a very awkward position to do your work on the system. Except you just want to have fun. Maybe just do one or two, just maybe check your social media pages or do one or two things like that. But if you really want to sit down, work on your system or do something really productive, the bed is the worst place to sit. That is why I had to come to this place to sit. Even though this table is a bit higher, this is workspace for sewing. It's actually a cutting table for sewing. My machine is actually there. So I just had to come to this space to make use of it. At least I'm sitting down. The table is a bit higher than the chair, but at least it's manageable, and it's better than sitting on the bed. So yesterday when I realized that I was getting anxious, I was getting tired, dizzy, drowsy, sleepy, and all of that, headache, I could feel the hotness of my head, and I decided to sleep. So I woke up this morning as early as 5:38. My alarm rang, and then I woke up. I said a short prayer. Of course, it's very necessary to begin your day with prayers. And I said a short prayer, and then I picked my system, and then I started working. If you won't believe that between the hours of that 5:38 to 6:30, I already did 2 major stuff, and I took them off my to-do list, and I was so proud of myself. I felt so happy. I could have sat there yesterday night, dizzy, drowsy, sleepy, and all of that, and I would not achieve anything, and I would just keep stressing my brain and my head, because obviously my head could no longer carry the weight of the stress. The stress it's not really a physical kind of stress. I've not really involved in it. I've been involved in any serious these days I hardly even cook, because we're doing a program, and I once in a day, maybe twice. When I break my fast around 12, I eat, then later in the evening. So I don't cook. I already have food in the fridge. I just take and warm it and eat. So I'm not really stressed. But I know that there's one thing that is stressing me. See the social media thing. Being online all the time, posting, checking the algorithm, checking this, checking that. It's a whole lot of work, and it's really stressful. If that is what accumulated or amounted to the kind of stress I experienced, then I can say that yes, I was actually stressed. So that notwithstanding, I just want to, I don't know if you're like me, my very productive time, I've noticed that it's very early hours in the morning. That time everyone is still sleeping and snoring. See what is going to do. My dad just sent a message to our group chat. So cute. He said, see what these children did to their grandparents. He's a grandfather, so maybe when he sees things like that, he wants to share with us. Alright, so I'm very productive early hours of the morning, and I don't know about you. And I think the good thing about life is that you should know yourself, you should know the kind of nature you have, and do things in accordance to how it fits your nature or your kind of person. I don't know. Is that the best or the good way to put it? So I understood last night that I couldn't function anymore. So the best thing for me to do was to sleep. I knew that if I woke up this morning, I would be better. And this morning, I am better off. At least I've achieved 2 things. I'm on the 3rd assignment now. When I'm done with this, This can even take me up to 4 or 5 hours. This is a lot. I'm doing corrections and this project work. It's a lot. I have bank runs to make today. I don't know how possible that would be. There's a lot to be done, but I think in all, one step at a time. One step at a time. So where are those my? Please, if you thank you for joining. Just say me hi or send an emoji, your favorite emoji. Let me see your name and at least address you by name. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining my live. Appreciate your presence. Please, if you just don't just come and go. At least just see me hi, because I can't see on top of this place. I can't see the names of people joining, but I can actually see your names if you send me a message or hi or an emoji or something, so I can at least address you by your name and thank you for joining. All right. So yesterday I was giving premium gist, and those who were on live yesterday, they had the advantage of listening and you know, you know, you know, hearing the gist. I don't know if I should repeat that gist. That gist is a real life stuff that happened, and it's funny how I don't know. Human beings are crazy, because you're married to this woman, you love her, she loves you, but she can't bear children. You went to divine, to Babalao or to a soothsayer, to a diviner, to inquire what the problem was. You came back, and then you realize that you were told that why your wife cannot give birth to children is because her father served a deity, or the grandparents served a deity, and they need a succession of that service to that deity, and then the children do not want to worship the deity or to serve the deity, and then it struck them with childlessness. And this happens to be your wife, and you decide that okay, the best way out of this problem is for you to go and get a side chick. So this Okada guy that picked me, he was the one giving me this gist. He said this man told him to go and look for a girl for him so he can date. So he felt that okay, it's just a girl he wants to date. So later he asked him, how far with the girl I connected you with? He said, I've been trying, but she refused to get pregnant. Like she couldn't get pregnant. The man was like, I thought you said you wanted me to get you a girl that you would date. He said, so that he can have a child. So what happens to your wife then? He said nothing happens to his wife, that if he has a child outside of wedlock, sooner than later, the wife will find out about it, and she loves him so much, and she will pack her things and just leave, because she will not be able to withstand the whole emotion and everything, the heartbreak and everything. So she will pack her things and leave. So that was just a systematic way of him sending his wife packing. Because if this woman gives birth, because this guy told me that they have been married since 2018 and they don't have a child. So if this woman, this new side chick, gives birth for him, the wife will be forced to pack her things and leave, because knowing who the wife is, she's not such a person that would want to share her husband. Do you understand that kind of thing? It's not easy. Even in relationships, you find out your man is cheating or has someone else or has a child out of the relationship. It can be disheartening. It can be heartbreaking. Then not to talk of a man you stayed with for years and called him your husband, and then goes about to impregnate another woman just because you cannot bear him children. African society, I don't know, we Africans were so toxic in our nature. This is something you can actually discuss with this woman. Madam, as it is, I'm not a party to polygamy or anything, but since we cannot have children together, I would like to have a child outside. We discussed that. If she's okay with it, fine. If she's not okay with it, whatever decision you guys take is up to you. But going behind her to go and have a child, and then she coming to hear it from maybe outsiders or family members, it's not a good thing at all. It's not. It's not. We are Africans. We should do better. And then you just expect the person to just cry and forget about it, heal and move forward. That is why we have so many battered and shattered people in the society. Traumas everywhere. Trauma. Dealing with people everywhere. So I'm married to you and you just expect me that I wake up one day and I hear news flying everywhere that, oh, your husband has impregnated a woman somewhere just because you cannot bear children, and then you ask to pack the things and go, or because you can't stand it. It's betrayal of the highest order. It's different if you see that coming. If the man tells you about it and you did not give your consent, and then later he does it. But it's betrayal of the highest order to just wake up and see that your husband has gone to impregnate another woman, and then he's forcing you to accept the new woman and the child. Africans, we should do better. Better or whatever. I'm angry right now. When this man told me this story, I wasn't happy about it. To think that I saw this woman looking very innocent, very beautiful young woman. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this woman, she has no idea that oh my goodness. I feel like when you're married, then there's certain things just be very open. The person you can be very vulnerable to is your partner. Yes, you have to be vulnerable to your partner. Oh God. If you are not vulnerable to your partner, who are you going to be vulnerable with? Or who are you going to be vulnerable to? You should tell your partner, okay, this is it. An agreement is key. The person can say, oh, you see it in this light, but I see that, okay, your faith is small. So, darling or honey, I believe that there are mosquitoes in this room. I believe that we can join faith together and pray and break this yoke. We can go for prayers. We can go to the mountain. We can fast. We can pray and break this thing. God will give us our own child. I'm not even talking about the option of IVF or surrogacy. An average man doesn't believe in all those things. Or let me say the man down there. Not an average man, because an average man, and let's say it's somebody who is also not financially buoyant. Surrogacy is the least they think about, especially if the problem comes from the woman. If the woman is unable to conceive or is unable to have children, and the man is certified to be okay, the first thing, I'm talking about a low man on the street there, the first mentality that comes to his mind is, I want to go and get another woman pregnant. That is it. Please, if you're just joining, thank you for joining. Drop an emoji, your favorite emoji, so I can see you and address you by name. Thank you for joining. So it's amazing that many men just think that they can just wake up and just do anything. An average man doesn't think that, okay, my wife is unable to carry children. Let's do surrogacy. Let's do IVF. Let's do this. Let's do that. The first thing that comes to their mind is to go and get another woman pregnant. It is the rich people who have this mindset that, okay, surrogacy, let's do surrogacy, or let's do IVF, or let's try other options. Or even adopt. The common man on the streets, the poor man, then adopt. First of all, when the families hear of that, they will call village meeting. You want to bring a strange blood into this family. They'll start saying, strange blood into this family, strange children into this family, strange this into this family. As if children are not children. Africans and our mentality need to be put in place and checked. Thank you for joining my live this morning. Thank you. I think I'll be closing the curtain for today on this live. I have a lot of work to do. If I sit there and keep gisting, I will not get back to work. I have a lot to cover. So thank you for joining today. Thank you for being on this call. Alright, see you again later or some other time. Bye for now.